Hi, friends. I wanted to share a couple of thoughts on this life preparation lesson of setting goals and how it can tie in with part of our objective of helping the students to set some personal reading goals for the semester as well. So I wanted just to highlight a couple of things. This is an opportunity to really help them to get established in their scripture study goals. It can be dealing with other goals too. So this doesn't just have to be a scripture goal setting lesson, but this is an opportunity to do that and to be helpful that way. So I just want to share a couple of things with you. On the church website under seminary reading requirements, we get to learn about, this is when they just announced the differences that they're going to make in the reading requirements as far as the limited reading and the selected scripture passages. But underneath this, where it says, hey, read those passages, learning assessments, and how we're going to work out all those requirements, it says this. In addition, teachers will encourage students to set and monitor personal scripture study goals. Examples of personal goals could include reading the assigned Come Follow Me chapters and passages in the Book of Mormon. Because of the personal nature of these goals, students will not report them to the teacher and they will not be tracked in WISE. Students may choose to track their goals in my seminary for their benefit. I remember Brother Webb came to Arizona and talked to us about this, and though we don't track their goals or they don't report them to us, as teachers, we can ask them about their goals and we can ask them how are they doing, or even have them have some accountability with another student. So you can ask them to share, hey, if you're willing to, share your reading goal and how things are going. And so it really gives the opportunity for them to have a little bit of accountability, but also to set a goal and to work through it, right? President Eyring said this, and I thought this quote was insightful. This will require more personal, individual attention from teachers. It will add a burden, but it is a burden teachers should be glad to carry because of their personal ministries are as important as their classroom instruction. If anyone can do it, your teachers can. They're wonderful. Please keep that in mind, that a prophet of God is inviting us to follow up with students about their reading and to invite them to set goals. So this is a chance, if you use this life preparation lesson early in the semester, this is a chance to really do that, and it can be really helpful. So just to share some ideas on the Chicago area website, if you come to the website here and click on seminary and then go to scripture reading, here's a few ideas. This goes over the required reading passages or required readings and how to use those. And then here's a couple of other ideas. If you go to this right here, study plans in the Gospel Library app, that will take you online. And this can help you to help students know how to use the Gospel Library app to set those study plans, to give them reminders. Let's say they wanted to complete the Book of Mormon. You could break down the Book of Mormon over a 4-month period of time, or to read parts of the Old Testament between now and April. You can learn how to set up those study plans and how to help them to set up study plans if that's part of their goals or if that's something they'd like to work on. Here's some ideas on scripture study skills. Here's ways to get more out of their scriptures. There's just some options here that could be helpful. Other videos about scripture study. Here's a Doctrine and Covenants bookmark. We'll probably have an Old Testament one updated shortly. Also just overviews on how to use Gospel Library. And if you scroll down, here's a couple of other things that could be helpful in helping students to set goals or to learn more about scripture study. Or as you're thinking about ideas, this could give you some ideas of things to share in class. Here's some sheets, some worksheets that they could use. My personal scripture study, they could write down their goal. You could give that to them and you can have them kind of keep that in their journal, or if they're online, you could send them a link. They can write some things down. There's a couple of options there. I just wanted to share with you the power of this really is evident in the students' lives. I had a student happen to be my cousin's son. I had him his sophomore year, and he hadn't read his scriptures much at all. But we took a chance to invite them to set goals about their scripture study. And he's kind of a goal-driven kid and was like, all right, I'm in. I'm going to try this. And so he set a goal to read, and we happened to be in the Book of Mormon. He set a goal to read his scriptures every day. And because he set that goal, his testimony just took off. We followed up with it, but it was all driven on him. Yeah, he felt inspired to set this goal. His mom reported to me like a few months in, he hasn't missed a day. And he is really going with this. And it's now a couple of years later, and he's still going with his goals. And his mom's just reported he's just kind of spiritually on a different level. So some students may respond well to this. Some may not. They may struggle with their goals and other things, but this could be an opportunity to invite them to set a scripture reading goal as well that can help their trajectory really take off. So just want to share that with you. This is a great life prep lesson, but keep in mind our goal of helping them to study the scriptures, and that could really fit in well here. Good luck in all you're doing. You're doing great.